back to the channel. Today we're going to remove the fenders off in this 1440. Now we're going to go a little bit further with this. We have an axle bolt, one of these right here, that is broke. And how I knew that is when I got on it, it had a lot of teeter in it. And I'm going to show you, you might not be able to quite see it, but you can feel it right there. There's quite a lot of play in it. And what it's doing is the transmission is going like this in there. And I'm just going to change it out. When we get a little bit further into the situation, we're going to see the axle seals are leaking really bad. So the first thing we're going to do is remove the tires. Then we're going to do the hardest job, in my opinion. I'd rather take out the transmission than I would take off the seat. The seats are very difficult to take off, but that makes it so you can take the fenders off. I'm going to show you exactly how I do it, because the most asked question I have from people calling me, text messaging, and is how to take the fenders off. So we're going to make it easy. We're going to show you. We're not going to take the floorboards off. I do have another video on YouTube of taking the fenders off. I did it on a Super Cub. A 2254 is exactly the same. So we're going to take off the wheels first. Takes a 3/4 to do that. Now, I have jack stands in the center of it, but I do have it jacked up just a little bit more. Okay, so now the wheels, we can take them right off. So now we're going to take these bolts out of here. This is Allen head on it. It's 1/2 inch on the other side of this. Now, a lot of times that they don't come out real easy. Right there's a nut that was on the other side right there. We're going to pull that. Well, actually, we don't even have to pull that out. When I have the seat off, I'm definitely going to lubricate it really well to get these slides working. So I had to take a hammer to this one to make it slide back and forth. After we get the other side out, you're going to see it might stick a little bit taking them out. And the rear bolts are a lot easier to get removed on these. Now, a lot of times when I put these back in, I know I've said this before on videos, I rethread these. These are 5/16. This head right here takes a 1/4 inch Allen. And the reason why I rethread them is because of the rear bolts. And that's where we're moving to next. You want them to have a good thread so when you put the fenders on, because when you put the fenders back on, they sandwich the fuel tank down. Right here's the rear ones. I'll get you right in there so you can see them real well. Right there's the rear. Now, they don't have a nut on the other side of them. Right there's your fuel tank. Right there's your dipstick. Underneath this cover right here, we're going to have all the switches, and we're going to unplug them. We're going to be extremely gentle with them, and then we're going to run the wires down through right through the hole in the fender. So it'll take a little bit of time. You'll see exactly. It's a lot easier to watch than it is to explain it. Yes, kitty. Right. There's one. And there we go. Now the seat's ready to come right off. Okay. Now the fenders are loose. We're going to take out them bolts in the bottom. They're 1/4-inch bolts. It's going to take a 7/16, and we have to unhook the lights, which are up in this area right here. We're just going to unhook it. Right to the left right there is the ground. The other wire is tucked up in there. There is the crossover tube that goes to the other side of the fuel tank. Now that's on a diesel. That's where they return the fuel to. Now I'll put new bolts back in it when I do it. Now you can see, one thing you can see is the seals have been leaking. See how much grease is on this? This gentleman used this for transportation, so this set of brakes here is just soaked with oil. I didn't check the oil in the case, but I'm sure it's quite low. Right here. And that one came right on hooked. There's a lot of dirt in that area right there. Next, we're going to take the fuel cap off. Now I keep that right handy because this fuel is really good. Now I am going to have to remove the fuel tank, which is an easy job. Probably will run new lines anyways. So you have to put the fuel cap right back on as soon as you get this off, these fenders off, because when these fenders come off, there's going to be a lot of crud, mud, and everything. Because I didn't pressure wash this machine. Awfully cold. We're getting snow today, and we're still in April, and it's very cold. So we're going to take the fenders off next. Yeah, it's been a tough winter this year. This morning we had snow. Yesterday morning we had snow. We're supposed to have snow again tomorrow. It's getting old this year. And right there we go. And that's what they look like without the fenders on. We're going to get this tunnel off, and overnight I'm going to put some grease off on it to get it all cleaned up. The fuel tank is pretty dirty also, but we're going to get that. We'll film some of the transmission change also. So we're going to move on, and we're going to get back to the transmission here probably tomorrow.